Let us look at different referendums that are taking place. It is the right of man to meet, to sit together and decide how he or they want to be governed. And let us also quickly remind ourselves that there was a referendum in 1963 for the creation of Midwest State. That has been the only referendum. And some people will tell me that there is the National Assembly in place, and as such, sovereignty rests with them. No. Sovereignty rests with the people. It is their inalienable right. It's not a question of taking it back. It's a question that resides in them. Now we refer to section 14.2a, that is paragraph 16.4, that provides for sovereignty, referendum for people to exercise the sovereignty. Then 17.0, security. Case for decentralization of police. I've given examples, what we have in America, what we have in Switzerland, what we have in Canada, what we have in Germany. I've given an example of the 26 cantons in Switzerland, what we have in Canada, the Royal Cantonal Mounted Police, Ontario and Quebec, and in Germany, the Länder, each maintain its own police formation. And we went for an ABUAD conference years back in the USA. There was crisis. It was the Harvard police formation that came to the rescue. Harvard, the university. Abiola University should have a police formation. Like police is rural, policing is communal. We are getting a lot of things wrong. Policing is communal. In Ekiti here, Ado should have his own police formation. Ikena should have his own police formation. Ditto for Ijero, ditto for Ikole. Then from there we go to regional, or go to provincial. Either Odua and Ekiti. Then we go to regional, the southwest. Then we go to central. It is the right of states, and I then say the rights of cities, of metropolis, to have their own police formations. It is not a question of we begging and begging and begging the federal government to say, oh, please give us police formation. Then political parties. I'm rounding up. Paragraph 18.0. I say political parties as harbingers of democratic norms and stability. When we are growing up, there was the Action Group, there was the NCNC, there was the NPC. Strong political parties, leadership, ideologies, manifestos. Action Group will come here when we are young in the primary school. They will tell us, this, we'll do this, we'll do that. Healthy rivalry. Good opposition, rooted in ideas and ideologies. Let us remind ourselves that Chief Abraham Awolowo was premier. He decided voluntarily to go to the center to be the leader of opposition. We've given examples of political parties in the world. When you look at paragraph 13.2, the United States Democratic Party was founded in early 1790s. It is still there. When you look at paragraph 18.3, the Republican Party emerged in 1854. It is still there. Paragraph 18.4, in the United Kingdom, Conservative Party evolved from the historic Tory Party, which dates back to the late 17th century. It is still there. When you go to paragraph 18.5, the Labour Party was formed in 1900. It is still there. When you go to paragraph 18.6, the African National Congress, ANC, which is the ruling party, was formed in 1912. It is still there. It produced Nelson Mandela. And back to where we are, the present configuration of our political parties. Paragraph 18.7. Alliance for Democracy AD, PDP, ANPP, ABUAD. They started in 1999 together, and later joined by ACN, ACACN, Labour Party, CPC, and others. At a point in time, PDP was saying they would be in power until the second coming of Christ. Where are we now? If political parties are run and based on their ideologies, on conviction, on manifestos, maybe because I'm not a politician, think that it might not be that easy for us to move from one party to the other seamlessly. And I'm not trying to make any point for Bola Ahmed Tinubu, but they are moving to his party. We tried as much to, in paragraph 18.7 and 18.8, about what of if he, like them, moved from AD to PDP. Where would there be an APC today? I think that being in opposition demands forthrightness, demands something more than moving from one party to the other. Demands of you to know about to think about your manifesto. And we've given ideas about what Tinubu did, about Ladoja, about others, how he fought the powers that be, even when he was arraigned before the Code of Conduct Tribunal, he didn't blink. What of if he moved, and like the judges will say, Japa, to the PDP? Where will APC be today? It is dangerous to have a one-party state. That's the point we are making. It does not do any favor. It does not do any good to our democracy. I want to plead, because the poor ones, even they'll be lost. They'll be thinking, is there any difference between the parties, whether from APC to PDP and vice versa, or from ABUAD to CPC or to Labour Party? We want to plead with them to have a rethink. We want to plead with them to have, to think about Mandela. If Mandela had cross-carpeted to the apartheid regime, to the authority, we wouldn't have produced a Mandela. There wouldn't have been a South Africa today as we know it. Now, for women, in paragraph 18.7, this is what I said: to recalibrate a democratic system, a note of caution should be sounded against the way for cross-carpeting from one political party to the other, with the hope that those who move so regularly and easily will not sooner or later inflict implosion and explosion on their post-political parties. Membership of a political party should not be a tea party or picnic, but a serious business. There should be fidelity to policies, to ideas, to programs, to manifestos, to philosophy, to principles and ideology. That is what operates in stabilized democracies in the world. And today, the Labour Party is in power in the United Kingdom under the leadership of Sir Ken Rodney-Stam, who assumed office in July 2024. Succeeding within the Labour Party hierarchy, Sergeant Gordon Brown, who was voted out of office on May 11, 2010. This translates to the fact that between May 2010 and July 2024, a period of 14 years, the Labour Party was in opposition and did not flock en masse to join the ruling party, but stay within their party to recalibrate it through diverse ways before assuming the reins of power. They will not readily forget that the great Abraham Lincoln contested the US presidency 7 times before he finally succeeded and became one of the greatest global statesmen. All through, he did not defect from his political party. Now, I've treated renegotiating federalism through the geopolitical zones. That's paragraph 19.0. Then creation of states, I've advised against that for now, that it won't be in the interest of any other person. Now, let me read paragraph 19.6 for effect. What then is the way out? Some within the audience might have been torn by my earlier suggestion for a transitional period between now and May 29, 2031. A suggestion or recommendation that is not only made in good faith, but out of the realities of the conundrum we have found ourselves. It is now time for the federating units to take charge of the reconfiguration, redefinition, repair, restructuring, remodeling, and re-engineering of Nigeria for stability in all forms, including, but not limited to security, constitutional architecture, form or type of government, whether presidential or parliamentary. It is the referendum, rather than the National Assembly, that will decide whether or not Nigeria needs the National Assembly, the tenure, the remuneration. In other words, this National Assembly cannot act as that referendum. Now, we have treated the others and treated Italy and brought a few. I want to make a case for women. For women, paragraph 20.0. Recalibration leadership through gender balance. In the beginning, God created man and woman and placed them in the Garden of Eden. While the Bible affirms that the woman was to be a helpmate to the man, the Holy Writ does not say that God forbade the woman from elevating, enhancing, improving, or aspiring to leadership. Right from the Old Testament, we encounter Deborah, the prophet. We have other people in the Bible, women. We have the Dorcases of this world, and they excelled. And right in our own contemporary world, we have Indira Gandhi, we have Margaret Thatcher, we have Angela Merkel as chancellors. Current Prime Minister of Italy, Meloni, immediate Prime Minister of New Zealand, Aden, and Dame Sarah Malan, who is now the leader of the Anglican Communion, a communion that has been for 1,400 years. Talking of women, we have Kemi Badenoch. If she remains the leader of the Conservative Party and that party wins the election in Britain, she becomes the Prime Minister. What am I saying? Within our borders, we have we have the Vice Chancellor of this university, a woman. The Vice Chancellor of the University of Ajayi Crowther University, where I am the Chairman of the Board of Trustees, is a woman. The Vice Chancellor of the University of Lagos, where I am the Pro Chancellor, is a woman. And in fact, when I got to the University of Lagos, I saw women surrounding me. The Vice Chancellor, a woman. The Deputy Vice Chancellor, a woman. The Registrar, a woman. The second Vice Chancellor, a woman. I said, women are taking charge. Let us translate it to governance. My plea to our women and to the man's hope is that we should allow them to survive. Nigeria will be a saner place when we have a woman as the president. Nigeria will be a saner place when we have a woman as governor. We have tried the men. Things are changing. There is a wave of change all over. Women are kind, women are sober, women are empathetic, they are sympathetic, they are mothers. And because they are big in our women, strive to be the first citizens, not to be the first ladies. Let the men find an adjective or the make for themselves. If they like first husband, whatever, Nigeria will be a better place.
People of the Fountain.